Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing the Walstad Method today for aquariums, and that involves using soil and substrate on the bottom of your aquarium instead of using substrate and chemical fertilizers or any kind of water additives to help the plants grow. I'm also not going to be using prime or any kind of water conditioner because I know my water source, which is just tap water here in the city of Arcata, California, actually has a very low concentration of chlorine. Last year's report showed that it had only 0.6 or 0.6 parts per million of chlorine. And that's very low, and at this level I do believe that the chlorine will just evaporate out of the tap water. So I left it to sit for about 24 hours, and I actually already put some tap water into my aquarium, although it's not full. I just put enough thinking that I should get some in there so when I put the plants in, they'll have nice clean water. So you can see what I'm working with. I'm only working with about a 10-gallon, slightly under 10-gallon aquarium, I believe, although I think they call it a 10-gallon aquarium. But yeah, so that's what I'm working with. And so in terms of the soil, I was going to try and get the Miracle Grow Organic Choice Compost, which is what Diana Walstad uses or recommends to use, but I couldn't find that at any of the stores. I called all around, so what I'm going to be using is Gardener and Bloom's garden compost. I've read online that other people had great results with compost. I figured it's simple, what can go wrong? So, and then I also got some sand and gravel, very small rock gravel from the river near where I live, the Mad River, and I cleaned that out by filling it in a bucket and filling the bucket up with water, and then swirling the gravel around in the water, and then pouring that water out, and then doing it all again, doing that like 20 times, so that basically I'm trying to get as much as the wood and detritus and maybe excess nutrients or whatever is floating whatever else is floating in there. I want to get rid of that. So I did that about 25 times. So now that that's done, I think I'm ready. Oh, and let me show you the plants that I got. So I got some Riccia flutans, some Bacopa australis, and then some Eliocharis pusilla. And these are all from the company Denerle, which is a German company. It was really kind of all I had access to in terms of like small grassy type plants, which is what I wanted to start out with, and then once those get settled, I'll add in some bigger plants. What I wanted to say is the one of my plants actually had some mold on it, but I ended up getting it for free from the pet shop because they were going to throw it away. And so what I did was I actually cleaned it with bleach, which might not be the best idea. I mean, I probably should have used gloves because I was reading online that bleach is really poisonous. And it took a long time to get the bleach out of the plants, out of the water that the plants was in, even though I changed the water like 20 times in the bowl that the plants are in. You can see I'm just using this I'm just using this bowl with a little bit of water. Don't want to spill it on my computer. Let's see if There we go. So you can see I've got these grasses in this bowl. Cleaned it out a bunch. Hopefully all the bleach is gone. And I think that the bleach killed all the mold, so yeah, hopefully I won't have any mold problems or bleach problems in my aquarium. So now I am going to add the soil, and it's recommended that you do about, I think, an inch of soil for the Walstad method, but I'm actually gonna use a little bit less. And if you want to know more about the Walstad method, just Google it or search it or whatever, and I think the aquariumwiki.org or something like that has a bunch of information about it, and it can tell you all about it. But it basically creates a stable ecosystem. So ideally you don't have to do any water changes, because the ecosystem in the aquarium has all the bacteria you need to break down the ammonia, the nitrites, into harmless nitrates that the plants can then use to grow. And so that's the whole idea behind it. So here we go. I'm just going to turn the computer to my aquarium, and you can watch me fill it with soil and then the gravel. It looks like there's a little piece of silicone floating around in there, so I'm just trying to grab that. Okay, got it. Oh, no, I didn't. Let's see, where was that? I had a little tea strainer I was using to grab stuff out of it. Alright, so now that it looks nice and clean, I don't see any... Oh, actually, I do see some more bits of silicone. So yeah, this is probably going a little overkill, I know, but I just want to be as careful as I can and not have any excess pieces of silicone floating around in there for, it's... I doubt it's that harmful. It is just silicone, but who knows what's in it really. I don't. Oh wow, so this soil is actually floating on the water, which makes me think maybe I shouldn't have put water in it to begin with. Oh man, yeah, this is just floating. So I'm just trying to kind of get it wet so that it will sink. It looks like there's a lot of wood in this compost, so it may take a while to sink, but that's fine. I'm just gonna mix it around, and then any leftover debris that hasn't sunk, I'll just filter it out, just like with the tea strainer or whatever. I probably actually won't even need to use all of this. I got this for about $2 because there was already a bag open on the floor, so I didn't want a whole bag, and I just asked them if I could get, you know, a little bit in a bag. You can see it's about that much, and yeah, they were fine with it. So that's probably enough what I just added. I don't know if it's going to be an inch exactly, but yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of wood in here, which I kind of wish there wasn't, but you know, that's the way it is. I mean, I imagine most soils are going to float. There's going to be quite a bit of material with whatever soil you're using. Maybe not. Maybe the organic choice potting soil or whatever is better by Miracle-Gro, but so even though it's kind of just a black mess right now, I'm going to try and actually what I'm going to try and do now is drain it of all the water and see if I can just get the soil alone and then put the gravel over that. Really should have done that from the beginning. That was just my mistake. So